Today, we are diving into Chapter 4 of the Trust Premium, a chapter that unpacks the beliefs we are all grown up with and how they shape the way we make purchasing decisions. You've heard them before. You get what you paid for. There is no such thing as a free lunch. And if it's too good to be true, it probably isn't true. These phrases aren't just old sayings. They're deeply ingrained beliefs that influence how we perceive price, value, and trustworthiness. In this episode, I'll share survey data that reveals how different groups, men, women, young and old, feel about those beliefs and why trust plays a crucial role in whether we're willing to pay a premium for a product or service. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's explore why trust isn't just a nice to have, it's the foundation for every meaningful transaction. Right after this. Welcome to The Trust Show. I'm Yoram Solomon, your host, the author of the Book of Trust and facilitator of the Trust Habits Workshop. My mission is simple. I want to help you form habits that build your trustworthiness, because the answer to this question will have the biggest impact on your personal and professional success or failure. Can I trust you? Chapter 4. You get what you paid for. Why are we willing to pay a premium for trust? It starts with several of our beliefs. For the most part, our parents ingrained those beliefs in us since we were children, and life experiences kept reinforcing them to the point in which we tell them to our children. The three main ones are: you get what you paid for, there is no such thing as a free lunch, and if something is too good to be true, it probably isn't true. You heard those before, haven't you? Well, do you believe them? Don't answer. I can answer this for you. In 2024, I surveyed 426 participants. The survey was short, with a few questions, 3 of which were: to what degree do you agree or disagree with the following statements? And I provided those 3 maxims. The answers were on a 7-point scale labeled strongly disagree, generally disagree, somewhat disagree, neutral, somewhat agree, generally agree, and strongly agree. The participants were distributed as follows: 219 identified as women, 209 identified as men, and their ages ranged between 18 and 65 in a relatively normal distribution. The results are below. You get what you paid for. We believe that the more we pay for something, the more value we get from it, and the less we pay for something, especially relative to the alternatives, the less value we get from it. We rely on price as an indicator of quality and, generally, value. In my survey, 67% of the participants agreed with the statement, you get what you paid for, and only 16% disagreed. Who do you think believed more in this statement, men or women? My wife has been using this statement with me all the time. She also quoted her mother about buying a used car. I'm never rich enough to buy a cheap or used car. I asked several people who they thought would believe in this statement the most, and all but one thought that women believed it more. Well, it's actually men. In my survey, 72% of men agreed that you get what you paid for, and 12% disagreed, while only 63% of women believed in this statement and 21% disagreed. I would have thought that with age, we would believe in this statement more, given our life experiences, but there was only an insignificant, as well as statistically insignificant, difference in the level of agreement with that statement between the ages of 18 and 65. There is no such thing as a free lunch. Often, when I make this statement to someone, they immediately think about timeshare unit sales. Have you ever attended a free dinner or free lunch offered by a company that sells timeshare units? It starts with a nice dinner or lunch, maybe a nice video about the location and the units, and then, when you are done eating, you are committed to sitting with a salesperson. No pressure. Yeah, right. It is a high-pressure sale. They make you sweat. It's really hard to say no. They're counting on the existence of one of the most effective persuasion concepts, reciprocity. They just gave you a free lunch, so you feel like you must reciprocate, and the only way you can reciprocate is to purchase a timeshare unit from them. And then you regret it for the rest of your life. The sales techniques are brutal. The pressure is high, and then you realize that the lunch was not really free. There is no such thing as a free lunch. Let's see what the survey said. In general, 64% of the 426 participants agreed with the statement, there is no such thing as a free lunch, while 21% disagreed. Again, men believed in that more, with 69% compared to 58% of women, even a wider spread than the previous maxim, while 18% of men disagree, compared to 23% of women. Here, age did make a difference. The average of young 18-year-olds ranked their agreement with the statement between neutral and somewhat agree, while 65-year-old adults, the closer I get to this age, the less I call 65-year-olds old people, ranked this statement higher, between somewhat agree and generally agree, 15.6% higher than 18-year-olds. If something is too good to be true, it probably isn't true. We like bargains. We like to find great bargains. Sometimes we even have unrealistic expectations of bargains. And sometimes we see a deal where we start wondering where the catch is. We just don't believe we were so lucky to get such a great deal. It's just too good to be true. And we worry that, at some point, we will find out that it's not true. Have you ever received a Nigerian prince email? Did you fall for it? Most people don't fall for it. It's just too good to be true. Why would the Nigerian prince choose me to receive those $5 million? Or why would the White House invite me to a meeting? Those are all just too good to be true, which was another reason why I almost didn't go there. So, do we believe that if something is too good to be true, it probably isn't true? Let's see what the survey said. In general, 73% of the 426 participants agree with the statement, if something is too good to be true, it probably isn't true, while 11% disagree. Again, men believe in that more, with 79% compared to 68% of women, while only 8% of men disagree compared to 13% of women. Here, too, age made a difference. The average 18-year-olds ranked their agreement with the statement just under somewhat agree, while 65-year-old adults ranked this statement higher, just under generally agree. Age had the most significant impact on agreement with this statement, where 65-year-olds agreed with the statement 20.4% more than 18-year-olds. Why is this important? Because we believe that price is an indication of expected value. When we feel that the price is too low, those maxims immediately come to mind. You get what you paid for. There is no such thing as a free lunch. And if it's too good to be true, it probably isn't true. We say those in our mind and sometimes out loud as we dismiss the unbelievable price. In other words, in our minds, price is relative to value. Okay, I need sometimes to remember that I like math more than the average person. Okay, much more than the average person. Just see my mathematical representation for trust in the introduction and you'll understand. The relative symbol in the equation means proportional to. So, as customers, we believe that the price being asked for of us is proportional to the value promised to us. If the price is too low, we must not be getting enough value. If the price is higher, we must be getting more value. Sometimes we intentionally look for the cheapest alternative. Sometimes we will buy something because it costs $1 more. However, we hesitate when we compare two otherwise similar products or services offered by different providers, and one costs dramatically less. We're often willing to pay more to get more value. As my research shows, that's not always true for all kinds of products or services and not for all people. Like trust in general, it's contextual. But what kind of value are we looking for, and for which are we willing to pay more? There could be different types of value. The value we appreciate could be performance, features, aesthetics, environmental friendliness, ease of use, customer service, or any other characteristics we may value. However, we appreciate one aspect of value almost across the board, and that is the book's focus, trustworthiness. In other words, value is proportional to trustworthiness. We value the fact that we can trust the person selling us a product or service. Again, this would vary in different industries, different products, and different people. But in general, we value trust. Well, if we associate value with trustworthiness, and we associate value with price, then we are also associating price with trustworthiness. In other words, price is proportional to trustworthiness. There. I just made the case for this book's premise. People are willing to pay a premium when they buy from people they trust. Now, let me make the case more scientifically through my primary research in a way that has never been done before. What would you like to know about trust and trustworthiness? Let me know and I'll answer it in a future episode. I would love to hear from you. Email me at yoram@thetrustshow.com. If you like this episode, subscribe to the show so you will automatically get notified when I release a new episode. Rate it. Write a review for this podcast because those ratings help not only you, but also others looking for podcasts just like this. If you're looking for more resources to learn about how to build trust, be trusted, or know who to trust, look up my workshops, online courses, books, or go to my website, trusthabits.com. And remember that the answer to these two questions will have the biggest impact on your personal and professional success or failure. Can I trust you, and can you trust me? Thank you for listening or watching The Trust Show.